Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is RemovableSanity, and today I am reviewing Endurance Space Action on the Series X. This has been developed by Ivan Pasenko and published by Epix Games. So what is Endurance? Endurance is a story-driven top-down twin-stick shooter with a 2D pixel-based art style, and is the prequel to the developer's first game, Element. The premise is that you are a crew member of the starship Endurance when a strange virus breaks out that turns your fellow crew insane and against you. The main character and his friends have to fight their way through the laboratory spaceship in a bid to call for help and find out how the virus spread, who is responsible. The game boasts a light RPG system, NPC sidekicks, brutal animations and a plethora of weapons, simple controls and hardcore gameplay, if you so choose. And this leads me on to the gameplay. Now, I haven't played the original game Element, so I went into this with no knowledge of the game at all. From the start, you get to choose your character from a small selection of people, each with their own stats. The character stats are speed, shield regenerate, health regeneration and trap detection. Regardless of whom you choose, these elements can be raised as you progress, so it essentially comes down to what debuff do you wish to start with. Each character's name is a variation of Sam, which is ideal as it means that the game's story and NPC interactions won't have to change how they interact with you regardless of which person you choose. Once you've chosen said person, the game starts with you without a weapon, and soon all hell breaks loose as your fellow crew attack you. You soon find a gun, and in doing so, a new aspect of the game opens up. You see, as you progress, you will find unlock weapons, but also you can at any time, with the right amount of credits, buy the unlocked guns. Now, this may seem strange at first as to why buy weapons when you can find them. Well, above the weapon itself is a bar which indicates its usability, as every time you use it, it slowly degrades. The good thing is you don't have to keep an eye on your ammo, but instead it's health, as once the gun has broken, it's lost from your inventory. There is a large array of weapons to get to grips with, and each has their own stat in terms of damage, and depending on the enemy type, its effectiveness. I found bullet-orientated weapons good on your average crew, but not so good on drones. Electrical weapons are the role reversal, and for me, the best boss weapon was a homing rocket launcher. As soon as you progress through the game, these things soon become second nature to you. To purchase said weapons, you need credits, which you can find in lockers or trunks around the map, but most will be from enemies you kill. Credits is life. Not only does this allow you to access better guns, but it can also be used to increase your stats permanently and replenish health. Speaking of health, you can't upgrade how much you have, as this booster is only found as an item hidden within the levels, and I would recommend upgrading your health regen as quick as possible, as it's very easy to be swarmed by loads of enemies and killed. You are only given 2 lives per level, however, you can only access them by using 200 credits, so again, keep some aside just in case. In the game, you are often tasked with objectives, and these often mean opening a door that's blocking your way by the use of a terminal found in a different part of the level. This is also here to encourage you to explore, which I suggest you do, as you often find the missing valuable health booster and a good amount of credits. This isn't the only objective you need to do, with others being speed runs to the exit, escort of crew members, survive an encounter, and boss battles, thrown in for good measure. For me, the survive an encounter was a bit bland, as I soon found an exploit of just waiting outside the designated area till the timer finished, and then mopped up any remaining enemies. boss encounters can also be exploited with a similar solution if you have the homing rocket launcher. Level design is pretty well done, and with an enlargeable map as well, it means the frustration of going to your target objective is often easy. The control system is quite simple, with the left stick used for your movement, and the right used to rotate where your gun is aimed at in the environment. Shooting is on the triggers, with the button B for accessing gun purchases, and the button X for stat selection. The Y button has been left for a poppable shield, which you can only get about halfway through the game. Overall though, I did enjoy playing the game, and whilst I found some exploits to some situations, it didn't dampen the experience of the overall game. It's a fun title that you can sit down and play without too much thought, and just murder your fellow crew members, safe in the knowledge you're helping them move to a better place. So what about the graphics? As stated previously, the game has a lovely 2D 16-bit retro style that has been implemented. One aspect which the developer has gone quite in depth with is the brutal death animations of your enemies from the varied weapons. This alone makes it fun to go through and see what these gruesome scenes which you can bring upon your fellow crew members. The game has about 30 levels in total, and these vary from locations such as sewers, offices, laboratories, engine room and the bridge. Each are a collection of detailed template tiles put together to make the level, and thankfully has enough different tiles to ensure that things change enough to ensure the landscape doesn't become stale. The story itself is nothing too out of the ordinary, but has some great pop culture references for you to chuckle to as you make your way through the game. And now on to the sound. There is no voice work, with the story being preferred to be told by text. However, in this instance, I actually did prefer it this way. With regards to general sound, the design has been to limit what can be heard to generic rattles and little hums of the ship as the basis for your atmosphere. Only gun sounds are loud and varied in that regard. Playing it helps push the game along with the sound of gunfire as your main preference. Overall, this take on the sound provides a good atmosphere, but it's really there as a second element to the sounds of your weapons, which are best experienced over a good gaming headset. And this leads me on to the rating of the game. Now, I rate games in order of avoid, on sale, great purchase and must own. My rating for endurance is on sale. For me, the game was really fun, smooth and enjoyable in every way, and has made me want to try out the developer's first game, Element. However, my sticking point is that I do think the price is a bit high for the content you are getting. Regardless, I must praise the lone developer for his skill and look forward to seeing what he can produce next. The game is currently priced on Xbox at £6.69, or approximately $8, and depending on your skill and patience would give you about 6 hours worth of gameplay to potentially clear the story, and with a replayability factor of doing the game on hardcore mode should you so wish. For me, the price is a bit high, and when checking the other platforms this currently exists on, Xbox Series X is currently the most expensive by far. Mobile platform coming in at a quarter of that at about £2.39, and Steam coming in around £5 for what I can see as the same game with no major improvements or extras. Now please note, this is probably more to do with the publisher than the developer in terms of the price setting. Is the game fun? Yes, without a doubt, but in this instance I'd probably recommend supporting the lone developer on a cheaper platform, or wait until the price comes down on Xbox. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I do hope you like this review, and if you do, please like, share and subscribe if you so wish. And if you would like to put some notes or even just a comment in the comment section, I do like reading them. Anyway, have a great time gaming, and I'll see you all again soon.